It always amazes me what can be right in front of us and we just don't even see it. We just don't even see it. Or even if we do see something or we think we see something, how long it can take us to actually realize what we're even looking at, right? And you guys know me, you know I'm all big into nature and I hang out in my garden all the time, and nature is definitely this way. The way things blend into their surroundings and you just don't even notice them is unreal. And I get it for like squirrels and bunnies and small birds and things like that. But it's crazy when you think of how some physically really large things can be right in front of you and you don't even see them. Like pretty significant things that are right in front of you and you don't even see them. And so I do my morning routine, my journaling and everything in our sunroom. And the way that the house is set up is a sunroom. I have a couch there with the windows. And then there's a sidewalk and a garden. And then it's kind of a cliff, like it's the drainage ditch on the other side. And the other day I'm sitting there and it's all filled in because it's spring moving into summer right now. We've got daylilies on one side and ivy on the other. And there's this little gap in between the daylilies and the ivy. And I'm looking at it and it just feels different. I'm like, that doesn't look right, right? I'm looking at this space. I'm like, that doesn't look right. And so I'm looking at this little gap and my head can't even make sense out of what it is I'm seeing. So finally I realize there's a coyote. There's a coyote who must have been standing on their hind legs up the stone wall on the other side of the garden, watching the chipmunks, right, from his side of the garden. And you can just see his ears and his eyes coming through. And I was very excited because I got a picture of it. Not a great picture, but at least I got a picture of it. And I couldn't believe it. Like, so yeah, he's outside and I'm inside, but there's what, maybe 8 feet in front of me, and there he is. And I didn't even see him. He wasn't hiding, by the way. It was just kind of coincidence where he lined up. I didn't even see him. And like I said, even once I saw him, I couldn't figure out what I was looking at. And the chipmunks certainly didn't see him because they weren't scattering at all. But it's one of those things where once you see it, you can't not see it. And then you wonder, how could I have not seen this for so long? So of course, it had me thinking, what is right in front of me that I'm not seeing? A threat, a solution, right? Thinking about my business, a change, an opportunity. And not even what is right in front of you, but who. Think about that for a second. Who is right in front of you? And you're not even realizing it. They're just there hanging out, doing their thing, and you're doing your thing. And what if you were able to pay a little bit more attention to the world that was right in front of you, the people that were right in front of you, instead of what we all get so caught up in sometimes about worrying about the future, trying to figure everything out, trying to plan, expecting things to happen eventually. Everything's in the future, everything's down the road. And what if instead you got quiet and stopped for a second and took stock of what you already had and who you already had right in front of you? What amazing thing can you not see that's right in front of you and you're passing right by it because you're busy rushing around, making sure we're all real busy, too distracted by all the other noises and all the shiny objects, right? All the pretty birds I was watching instead of this amazing, cool thing that was right in front of me. So I want to invite you to slow down for a minute and stay a little bit more aware of your surroundings. And I want to keep this positive. I'm not even talking about going down the rabbit hole of being aware of the threat that's right around the corner. I get that this was a coyote, but for me, he's not a threat. He's like the coolest thing ever, right? So I'm not even interpreting this as a threat I couldn't see. To me, it's the amazing thing I couldn't see right in front of me until I got quiet, until I slowed down. Who is right in front of you that could be your next client, that could be your next resource, that could be your next power partner? Who are you just not aware of because of the busy and the noise and the rushing? So you never know who is right in front of you and what you'll get to experience if you just slow down for a minute and pay attention and try to see things a little more differently.